everybody, how are you doing today? Two things happened this week. First, I spent a bit of time talking about people who expect those in creative fields to work for exposure, which we all know is code for working for free. And second, I finally got myself onto Reddit. I don't really know how to use it, to be honest, but I did strike gold when I stumbled upon the For Exposure subreddit. So I thought that for today's video, we'll look at some job postings and messages from people who want, let's call it what it is, free work. Let's get into it. We're looking for a lovely person to assist us with podcast thumbnail/artwork for the upcoming season 6. We can offer our version of social media publicity and appreciation in exchange. What more could you want than that? Well, what more you could want than that would be actual money in the hands. See, here's the thing. Last time I called MasterCard and told them that, I'm sorry, I don't have money to pay my bill this month, but I will say great things about you on Twitter. They laughed and hung up the phone on me.
Go to hell!
What more could you want is, actual monetary payment. Just saying. This one was found on a wedding planning website. So this was tips for planning your wedding. And to see this on a wedding planning website is kind of disheartening because weddings involve so much creativity. So many artists are involved. You have the photographers, you have the musicians, you have the florists, you have the cake person. What's the cake person? The baker. I forgot the word for baker for a moment. You get what I'm saying. So much creativity goes into planning a wedding, and let's take a look at the kind of thing they're promoting here on this website. Have a free photographer. A professional photographer can easily cost you around $800 to $3,000. Now that is a waste of good money. As photographers run their own business, you may want to approach them and strike a bargain. Cover your wedding and they can use it as a platform to advertise their business. This is a win-win situation there. If that does not work out, try to look for a budding photographer in your family or perhaps that friend of yours who is brilliant when it comes to taking photos. Exploit these talents. You will be more comfortable and confident striking pose upon pose when you know the person behind the camera. No fees at all. Look, I'm not a photographer, but I know enough about photography to know that it involves more than just picking up a camera and going click. It involves planning your shots. It involves framing the pictures. It involves hours and hours and hours of editing. It is hard work, and photographers deserve to be paid. Photographers who earn their bread and butter by planning the perfect photo shoot, executing it, editing the pictures, and presenting this beautiful package to the bridal couple are not going to want to work for exposure. They don't need a platform to advertise their business. They need money to put food on their tables, just the same as you do. So this is a job posting that was found on the job posting site Indeed. I have recruited on Indeed myself before. It is generally a good site to find work on, but occasionally you get garbage like this. Let's take a look. Must have an education background in graphic design or related field. Must be proficient with Adobe Creative Suite and other graphic design softwares. 3+ years in Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. Adobe After Effects is a plus. Must know how to design logos, icons, infographics. Good knowledge of typography and layouts. Good to know editorial designs, magazine layouts, and print designs. So the job requirements are quite detailed, as they often are for graphic design type positions. Let's read on. Compensation. This will be good. As of now, the work that the candidate is expected to put in will have no immediate monetary compensation, as the business is not making revenue. Other forms of compensation include exposure, in working with an early-stage startup and directly with its co-founding team. Personal growth for resume, future careers, etc. Recommendations. Possible payroll when the business becomes profitable. Those are an awful lot of qualifications for no money. If you cannot afford to hire a graphic designer and pay them, then don't hire a graphic designer. It is really as simple as that. The answer is not to get people to work for free. People with these qualifications have been working for a few years. They have established careers. They have lives and homes and families and debt. And, they have to eat from time to time.
We could throw in a discounted meal for you.
Forget eating. Exposure is my sustenance.
I don't get it. I really don't get it. This is just going to be a whole video of me saying I don't get, because I really don't. Do people think creative people don't have to eat or pay their bills or, what is that? So this is a continuation of a conversation. Preventing someone from copying a book. Actually very much okay, since the book or its contents are not simply just ideas. Of course not. The book is an object made of paper and ink and glue. I never said that it was just ideas. Therefore, ethically, the person who copies the book should pay the person who made the content they spent no effort on making. No! The fact that you've put forth effort doesn't mean you're entitled to anything. Writing a book is like, picking up litter in a park. You're working hard to make the world a better place. That doesn't mean that you can demand that people pay you afterwards. If you wanted money, you should have arranged for payment in advance. The park is already clean, the book is already written, and everyone is entitled to enjoy it. What? Is this person comparing writing a book to picking up litter in a park? The paper and ink and glue are a very small part of what the book actually is. The actual physical book, the thing that you pick up and open up and read, is nothing more than the method of delivery. That's all it is. The actual book, in other words, the story that's in it, is the intellectual property of the author that a lot of work has gone into. Trust me, I know this. I have written one. If I choose to let somebody read that book without expecting compensation in return, that's on me. But if I decide to sell that intellectual property and, sell that story for others to read, I'm entitled to payment for that because I put a lot of time and effort into that. Hi, looking for someone to create 3 simple 5-frame comic strips. It is for education purposes to be used for composition writing. A sample is attached to the job listing. Inviting new Upwork freelancer to take up this job. Payment would be $1 per strip. But I will leave a good 5-star review to help you with your Upwork profile, provided you do a satisfactory job. I am very generous with reviews. Check out my profile. So if you're looking to get a good 5-star review for a simple job, send me your proposal with your portfolio. Upwork is the worst. I cannot stand that site. The job postings there are ridiculous. You see so much garbage like this on there. It's just insane. I have done 1 or 2 jobs through Upwork because you do find the occasional well-paying job there as well. It's not all bad. I've done work for clients that I found on Upwork and I have received 5-star reviews. And you know how much business those 5-star reviews has brought me? 0. What does Nevada Day mean to you? We are open to fresh ideas and need your assistance. Announcing the Nevada Day Logo Design Contest. Oh, these creative contests are something else. If your logo is selected, you will claim all bragging rights and will receive a feature article on social media, print and online Nevada Day publications. There will be no financial compensation for submitted artwork, and this is the bit that really gets to me. The artwork will become the property of Nevada Day Inc. And this comment says it all. So this is the equivalent of commissioning work and wanting to pay with exposure while you own the IP and are able to make money by printing the design on shirts, stickers, etc. There are a lot of contests for artists. Not all of them are like this. There are a few that have merit. There are a lot of writing contests. I've actually entered some of them. If you are entering any kind of creative contest, here's my advice. Have a good look at the terms and conditions of the contest you are entering and make sure that whether you win the contest or not, when all is said and done, you retain 100% ownership of your own work. If you have to surrender your ownership of your work to whoever's organizing the competition, turn around and run.
Run, Forrest, run!
Only enter contests if you get to keep ownership of the property. I cannot stress that enough. I have a request, thy writers. I need an experienced writer for a TV show I am shooting. I am not paying. I just need someone to write 4 episodes about Siren Head in 4 different settings. If you're interested, comment, because I am on every day. You're joking, right? You're here on the fanfic subreddit asking people to work for free? Yeah, I expected this. But have you seen casting call club people work for free all the time? And I have tried every other goddamn platform, including CCC, and I haven't got so cut me some slack. Listen, come here. Come here. I'm going to tell you a secret. There might be a reason you didn't get any responses. It's because you want people to work for free. Looking for a free and upcoming photographer for a wedding. I have a friend that cannot afford a photographer for her wedding on September 19th. Looking for a person that is wanting to build a portfolio and expand their professional career. Also need a new and upcoming baker who might want to make her a wedding cake. See, this is what I'm saying. So much creativity goes into weddings, and you get these entitled people who think they're going to get everything for free. Just because somebody does not have a lot of experience in the field they're working in, that doesn't mean they don't deserve to be paid. New photographers, new bakers, new writers, new artists, they deserve to be paid. And yeah, people with more experience are going to be paid more, that's fine. So if you are on a budget, you might be able to find a newer artist who will charge you less than the more established artists. But they still deserve to be paid.
What I play for me. I don't need your charity. Thank you.
I have a group of friends going to Aruba on Tuesday the 19th. I am looking for an experienced videographer to surprise and follow me and my friends while we are on vacation. You would be responsible to take video from morning to late in the evening as we party. You would be responsible for paying your own flight and lodging. Look at this as a solo independent project to gain experience in film, to better understand your camera in the most beautiful and fun location. We're just a bunch of 30-year-old Jersey kids who have been going to Aruba for over 12 years. We have the friends and the hookups. You are responsible for all video, sound camera equipment. Must be willing to go wherever we have planned and do whatever we have planned. This is not your vacation, it's ours. Contract must be signed. Your only obligation will be to film us. Okay, so it pays $30 a day, but I mean, come on. The videographer has to pay for their own airfare, they have to pay for their own hotel room from the 19th to the 27th, so for 8 days. That is one of the most entitled things I have ever seen. If you want a videographer to go with you, you have to pay for their expenses. I am pretty sure no one would go for this. Or, you know, do what normal people do when they're on vacation and take your own damn videos. Note, the following is a volunteer, unpaid, part-time position requiring consistent hours and a long-term commitment. Please do not apply if you are only looking for paid work. The non-profit news organization Who What Why is looking for a volunteer high-level editor, writer, and manager to oversee day-to-day operations and coordinate content from a wide range of partner sites. The ideal candidate has over 5 years of experience in online journalism, possesses an analytical and often counterintuitive approach to news, trends, and global events. This individual can energize and inspire the small but dedicated team working for this relatively new startup. The managing editor must be able to organize the daily workflow, coordinating with a team of writers and editors in New York, Washington, and beyond, while liaising with audience development and product development. I mean, even part-time, that job is worth a fair bit. I'll say it again. If you cannot afford to hire a professional and pay them, don't hire a professional. Make do with whatever you've got in the people who have founded this startup with you. Okay, we're gonna end the video there. It makes my head spin. I've been a full-time freelance writer for 8 years now, and I still get people asking me to work for Exposure and then insulting me when I say no. That's the part that really gets me. Getting called names because I actually want to be paid for the work I do. General rule of thumb, if you wouldn't want your plumbing or your accounting or your groceries for free, you shouldn't expect your writing, your photography, or any of that for free either. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.